Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. My name's Lucia and I'm your hostess. I'm known online as Pearl of the Pacific. It's P-E-A-R-L. And I'm mostly on Ravelry and Instagram. Although I do have a Twitter account. You can find me on Facebook as well as Pearl of the Pacific. I have a page on there because my company is also named Pearl of the Pacific. And I'd like to welcome back returning viewers and also welcome to new viewers. I'm glad you are here to check me out. I'm still trying to get on iTunes. Hopefully I will have figured that out soon. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry I'm recording a day late. I had a long day yesterday and had to do a lot of driving in order to get our car back. Yes, we had a new car and then we had to take it into the shop to get some things installed. And so we had a loaner for the week because it took way longer than it was supposed to. But now we have our car back, so that's really exciting. And yeah, I had a lot going on this weekend. I was in a bell choir festival. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of handbells, but they are quite a cool instrument. You play them, usually you have 2 notes, and so you have a whole line of people and you have their bells, but they've got like the bell shape here and you hold them like this and then you ding them like this. It's really hard to explain unless you see. Go look them up online, handbells. They're a really awesome instrument, but you play them in a choir. And so you have your 2 notes that you're in charge of, and then everyone else has their 2 notes. I actually had 4 notes because I had E and F, and then F sharp and E flat. So I had a lot of bells because I also play in the high notes, and the high notes also have a double of the octave higher than them. So I had 8 bells, which was a lot. I must say, but it was fun. We got to play with like 6 other bell choirs, which was really fun. I've never done that, so that was really exciting. So that was my weekend. That was a long Saturday. It was fun though, but it was long. And yes, now let's get to the knitting, because I know you're here for the knitting, not to hear what's going on in my life. Although sometimes that's interesting too. Yes, this is episode 7. I should have said that earlier, but it's okay. I'm getting better at this, I swear. And I've titled it Never Ending Socks for 2 reasons. There's one pair of socks that I recently finished that felt like they would never end. Actually, 2 pairs. Both of the pairs that I finished this week felt like they would never end. And also because I've been knitting socks forever, because I sell custom knit socks and there's a lot of people who have placed orders right before the holidays that I need to finish and mail, and so that's been taking forever. So why don't we start with On the Island, which is current works in progress. And I've got them in my yarn pop bag that I got at Vogue Knitting Live a couple weeks ago. Which I've been keeping in my purse, which is absolutely fantastic. It's perfect. So it's exactly what I needed, which is always exciting. These are the Ambrosia socks by Amy Budd, and they're out of the Loopy Ewe Seasonings Series in Gothic Sweetheart. And it's just a simple slip stitch pattern. It's a lot of pinks and maroons and black. You can see a little bit better. It's kind of striping, which is fun. Those are those, and they're very fast. I started them a couple days ago. Sunday, maybe? Maybe yesterday. Nah. I can't remember. Anyway, they're knitting it really quickly. The pattern's really easy to memorize, which is really nice. And I've figured out how to do it without a cable needle, even though they call for a cable needle. So that's been living in my purse, and I'll put it back in my purse over there. And that's it for On the Island that I've actually worked on. There are a bunch of things resting in the hammock, which I won't go through. You can check my Ravelry projects page. They're all up there. Hopefully soon they will get some love after I finish the never-ending socks. So let's move to set sail, and I have 2 finished objects this week. Yeah. First, I have the never-ending socks themselves, which are the feather lace socks by Rosemary Falk. Sorry, I keep looking over there. My show notes are sitting there. And they are out of Cascade Heritage in Purple Hyacinth, and they were done on size 1 needles, like most of my socks. And I just washed them, so they're still really damp. Okay, they're kind of wet, but they're nice, pretty purple. This colors always go funky when I put things up close. They've got a nice lace pattern up the front. If I stick my hand in, you can see it. It's kind of a mock cable, but it was really hard to memorize. I kept having to look at the pattern, so that was really tricky. Once I got the hang of it, it wasn't so bad, but I had to pay attention, which is, for socks that I'm selling, I don't really want complicated patterns unless they ask for a specific pattern, which most of the time they don't. They just say pick one that goes with the yarn. So it's usually what I do. And I just did my standard toe, and I do a short row heel with a small gusset, which is something I've kind of made up. I started it when I was knitting socks for my boss that she had ordered. She wanted like footy socks, which are the short ones, and I was afraid of them slipping down her heel, so I did a combination of a heel flap and a short row heel. And so I've started calling it the deep pocket heel because it creates this really deep heel, which is kind of nice. And then it allows a little more give right here, which doesn't always happen. So that's those. I'll put them back. I've got them on a towel over here so they don't get everything wet. And the second pair of socks that I finished have been, I don't think you guys have seen them on the podcast at all because they've been in hibernation for a while. I am designing a sock series based on the Avengers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those at all. Marvel superheroes. Anyway, and I've recently got into that whole series of movies and characters and anything. So I decided to design a sock series around them. So these are the Hulk socks. They're tied together at the top so I can hang them over the curtain rod in the bathroom to dry them. So these are out of, what are they out? Loopy Ewe Solid Series in Eggplant, which is the purple, and Kelly Green, which is the green. And they've got a jagged pattern, which I did as a color chart to represent the ripped off pants that he has. And then, yeah, and then I put in the pattern optional black at the top. I actually didn't do it because I finished them while I wasn't at home and I didn't have the black. So yeah, and this is my deep pocket heel with a larger gusset. So these are going to be for a friend of mine who's really into the Avengers. His favorite is Thor, actually, but I already made him a pair of Thor socks for his birthday. So I will be improving upon those for the pattern series. So he wanted the Hulk socks. So that's what he's getting. That's why they're big man socks. My big man sock blockers. I've got sock blockers in every size because I do the custom knit socks. I have sock blockers in every size. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's great. So those are done. And they smell wonderful because I soaked them in soak. Yay for soak. So that's it for set sail this week. Next we have On the Horizon, which are my projects for the near future. And right now it looks like more socks. Lots of socks. The Ambrosia socks are the last ones in the order for that particular person, and so once those are done, they will get mailed off very quickly so they can get there before the holidays. And yeah, and then I have a pair of socks that I'm knitting for one of my best friends for Christmas. And then I have a pair of socks that I want to knit for myself. I originally started the year thinking I was going to knit 13 pairs of socks in 2013. And then I quickly realized that I was going to surpass that goal by quite a lot at the rate I was knitting socks. And so I was like, why don't I double that? 2 socks a month, I can do that. So I made a goal of 26 socks. And right now I'm at 23. I may be at 20. I think I'm at 24 with these 2 pairs. So these will be 25. And then I have, no, I'm at 23. Because those would be 24. 25 would be the socks for one of my best friends. So I'm going to do the Tintern Abbey socks by Brenda Dayne. And I will show you the yarn in a minute because it just came in the mail. And then for me, I'm going to do the Collywobbles by Emily of Fibretown. So, yay! And I think I already showed the yarn for that a while ago. So, I'll show you that when it comes. Next, we have From the Mainland. There's going to be crinkling for those who have earbuds in. And I ordered it off Etsy from TheAmyLeeShow is her username. All right, I'm just going to do this all at once. Rip off the Band-Aid. All right, I should have done that before. And yeah, she does Canon hand dyes on Etsy. And I was looking for something that was themed with Downton Abbey because my friend really likes Downton Abbey. And the Dowager Countess is one of her favorites. So that's what I ordered. So this is the Dowager Countess, Downton Abbey, on the Charles sock base, which is an 80/20 nylon merino. And I don't know if this is going to come out at all, but it's this very, very deep purple. It's very hard to see. In the pictures, it was looking like a lighter, more tonal purple, but this one that came in the mail is very dark. There you can kind of see it, which is perfect because my best friend really loves deep purple. So these are going to be the Tintern Abbey socks, and it's going to be beautiful. And it also came with this lovely little stitch marker. I'll sample. So yeah, it's a square stitch marker. I've never used a square one. It fits up to a size 7. But yeah, TheAmyLeeShow.etsy.com. And yeah, Canon Hand Dyes is the name of her hand dyes, or at least the ones for the Downton Abbey. That's what the word I was looking for. And so I'm really excited to knit that. It's a really soft and squishy base, so I'm really excited. I also got some other things in the mail. I'm part of a Doctor Who swap, because if you watch Doctor Who, you know that the 50th anniversary is coming up this weekend. It airs on Saturday. I don't have cable, and so I will be watching it on Sunday in the theaters. And yeah, so I won't be recording next Monday either. I'll probably do it over the weekend. But I got my swap package, and I'm not allowed to open it until the 23rd. But she said that there were other extras in the box that I could open, the person who sent it to me. So I opened it, and I got some fun things. On top was a postcard from New Mexico, so she's from New Mexico, which is exciting. I've never been to New Mexico, nor anywhere near there, but maybe one day. I got some lollipops, one of which has already been devoured, from Trader Joe's. it was yummy. And I also got this beautiful blue bottle, which I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I will find something fantastic. And this gorgeous mug, what do you call it, mug cozy? And it's kind of stretched out because I used it over the weekend. I have a Doctor Who TARDIS travel mug, and I put this over it, which fit quite nicely. That I was using over the weekend because I had also had some performances for the choir that I sing in, and so I was drinking tea a lot to keep my throat warm. But it's very pretty. One of my favorite colors is yellow, and so this makes me happy. It was fun. I used it and I wore my yellow shawl on the same day and they matched, which was kind of fun. And I also got this book, Doctor Who, War of the Daleks by John Peel. And I've already started reading it. I started reading it right away while eating my sucker. Lollipop sucker. Same thing, right? And it's quite fun. So I'm excited to read some more of that. And yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I'll share the rest. Oh, I forgot. I got a button. Keep calm and allons-y, which is something the 10th Doctor said a lot. So I'm really excited. I like the 10th Doctor. 10th Doctor's cool. So I think that's it for now. I will see you all this weekend sometime. Hopefully I will have some knitting progress. Maybe I'll be done with these socks. Probably not. And yeah, it's getting kind of late here. So we got home from work and took a nap. Yeah, my husband's home. He's actually right over there. He's playing video games with the sound off. So I have that in the background, which is kind of fun. We like the Lego video games. I like them because I can't die as easily. I fail at video games, but these are really fun. So if you have kids or if you are really bad at video games, but you still want to play video games, these are great. I really enjoy them. So he's running around as Spider-Man right now, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I'm going to hang these socks back up so they can dry, so I can mail them to their correct recipients and take a shower and go to bed. So I hope you all had a good week and you have a good week coming up, and I will talk to you soon. Aloha!